Everyone, welcome to Mobile Maths with Kamchrain. Today I want us to look at solving equations. So today I'll be using two methods whereby I find factors and also the use of quadratic equation. So for starters, I'll start with the normal where we find common factors and factorize. Okay, so I'll multiply both sides by n minus 3 by n minus 3 there. Okay, so when I do that, I'll have n minus 3 here multiplying by n minus 3. Then this side is going to be equal to a 4 because these ones will cancel off each other. Okay, so when we have it like this, we can now remove the brackets and have n multiplying n minus 3 minus 3 multiplying n minus 3. So it's like you take this number, multiply this whole bracket, and you do the same for the minus 3, multiply the whole bracket there. So basically that's what we are doing there. Okay, so I'll have this is equal to a 4. Okay, so when I remove the brackets now, I'll have n squared here minus 3n minus 3n and a plus 9 here, which even this one I can take this side and it becomes minus 4. So I'll have minus 4 is equal to, on the right side will remain with a 0 there. Okay, like this. Now I can add and simplify like terms. So I'll have n squared minus 3n minus 3n, I get minus 6n. Then plus 9 minus 4, we get plus 5. Okay, like that. Now we have got this. What I now do is this. This is equal to a 0. I want to find a number that when I add, I'll get minus 6n. When I multiply, I get plus 5n squared. Okay, so the number that I can think of is minus 5n and minus 1n. Okay, so these numbers, if I add, I'll get minus n minus 1n, I'll get minus 6n. When I multiply, I'll get plus 5n squared there. So I'm going to replace that on this minus 6n. So when I do that, I'll have n squared minus 5n minus 1n plus 5n is equal to a 0. Okay, so this point here, we are saying if we are to add, we'll go back to minus 6n there. That's basically what we are doing. Now let's continue. Now factorize groups these pairs, okay, and factorize using pairs there. Let's do that. Okay, so I'll have for the first pair, I can take out n and remain with n minus 5 there. Then for the next one, I can take out minus 1 and remain with n minus 5 there. Okay, this is equal to a 0. Okay, like that. So when I have it like this, I can now say n minus 1 is a factor and n minus 5 is a factor, which is all equal to 0. And we can easily say either n minus 1 is equal to 0 or n minus 5 is equal to a 0. Okay, when we reach this point, we can say n is equal to, for this part, n is equal to 1, or for this other part, n is equal to 5. Okay, so we have got n being equal to a 1 or a 5 there. Okay, so this was the first method. We can now use the quadratic formula. Using the quadratic formula, our quadratic formula is as follows. It is x is equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, like that. Okay, so we are going to take it from the point where we were looking at factors there. So I'm going to take this equation here. This is the one that I'm going to use. Why? Because all the working that we've done from the start will get to this point. So this is the equation that I'm going to use. Let me write it down and we have got n squared minus 6n plus 5 is equal to a 0. Okay, so when we have it like this, this is our a, And we can say our coefficient of A there is 1. This is our B. We take it like this. Then this is our C. We take it like that. Okay, so we can now substitute. And our X from the formula there of our quadratic, this X there is now being replaced with an A since we are looking for an A. Now let's do that. Substituting, we will have A is now equal to, since we have minus B and we have here a minus, so we can write a 6 there. Then plus minus square root of B squared, we have got 6 squared, or minus 6 squared, you get the same answer. Minus 4 times A is 1, times C is 5. Okay, like that. All is over 2 times our 1, which is our A there. Let's simplify that. We will get 6 plus or minus square root of 6 squared, we get 36. Then minus 4 times 1, we get 4, times 5, we get 20. Okay, so we are getting all over 2 then. Okay, let's simplify that part then. So we will get, this is equal to 6 plus or minus square root of 36 minus 20, we get a 16 all over 4. Square root of 16 here, we'll get a 4. So we'll end up having 6 plus or minus 4 all over 2. Okay, now let's simplify and write what we'll get at the end of the day. Let me rub this part here. Okay, so we are saying either, we are now saying, I'm taking this part here. We are saying either 6 plus 4 over 2 is our answer, or our A is 6 minus 4 over 2 there. Okay, so those are the answers that we are dealing with. Let's simplify those two answers there to get our A. So our A is equal to, for the first one, 6 plus 4, we get 10 over 2, or 6 minus 4, we get 2 over 2. So our A is equal to a 5 here, and or a 1 there. Okay, so these are the answers there. So even if you check from the previous, we had 5 and 1 there. Okay, so let's move to the next question. The next question, we have this one. We can multiply both sides with this one, and this side will cancel off with the same factor there. So I'll remain with x minus 2 is equal to x multiplying that x plus 4 there. Okay, so basically I can even write for you guys x plus 4 here and x plus 4 here. Okay, so this one will cancel off with this one. Basically that's what I'm saying. Okay, let's continue. So have here x minus 2 is equal to here x squared plus 4x. That's what we get there. So it's easy for me to take these ones that side. So I'll have, if I take them that side, I'll have they'll become negative, and here will remain with a 0. Will remain with a 0 this side. So we have 0 is equals to x squared plus 4x, then minus x, then plus 2 there. Okay, so I have 0 is equals to x squared. Simplifying this part, I get plus 3x, then plus 2. Okay, so I want a number that when I add, I get plus 3. When I add, I get plus 3 plus 3x. When I multiply, I get, this is the ones that I'm multiplying 2 by 1, x squared, so I get 2x squared. Okay, so when I multiply, the number that I can think of is 2 and 1. So I can say 2x there plus 1x there. When I add these ones, I get 3x. When I multiply, I will get 2x squared there. Okay, so it will come back to that number there. Let's rewrite our equation in that form. So we will have 0 is equal to x squared plus 2x plus 1x plus our 2 there. Okay, now I can even factorize using the group method. So our 0 is going to be equal to, for the first part here, I can factor out x and remain with x plus a 2. The second part here, I can factor out plus 1 and remain with x plus 2 there. Okay, so our factors are our factors are x plus 1 and x plus 2. Okay, so now we can say either x plus 1 is equals to 0 or x plus 2 is equal to a 0 there, like that. So our x is equal to minus 1 from this one or minus 2 from this one. Okay, so let's use the quadratic equation. Okay, now using the quadratic equation, I'll be taking this part here. I'll be taking this part. I'm taking this part here that I've highlighted. Okay, so I'll have it as 0 is equal to x squared plus 3x plus 2. Okay, so we are going to substitute. This is our a. Our a is 1, our b is 3, our c is that one. Okay, let's do that. So when we do that, we'll have, when we do that, our formula is the same. We can write it first. It's x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, so let's substitute then. Substituting, I'll get our x is equal to minus 3 plus or minus square root of 3 squared minus 4 times 1 times 2 all over 2 times 1. Okay, like that. Let's add and see what we get. When we add, we will get, for the first part, I'll have minus 3 plus or minus square root of 3 squared, we get 9. Then minus 4 times 2 there, we get 8. So it's going to be minus 8 there, all over 2. Okay. Simplifying, this becomes minus 3 plus or minus square root of here 9 minus 1, we get 1. Square root of 1, we get 1. Okay, so I'll have plus 1 over 2 there. Okay, so either, we are saying either, we are now saying either our x is equal to, taking the plus first, minus 3 plus 1 over 2, or minus 3 minus 1 over 2, like that. So simplifying, there we will get our x is equal to, first one we get minus 2 over 2 or minus 4 over 2. Okay, so dividing there, here we get a minus 1, here we get a minus 2. So our x is minus 1 or minus 2. So that's how we do it, this one. Let's move on to the other question. Okay, this one, we can multiply both sides by 7 and also both sides by this factor there. So I'll multiply by 7 bracket 3a minus 1, 7 bracket 3a minus 1, like that. Okay, so I can divide. 7 and 7 will cancel off each other and we remain with 3a minus 1 multiplying a minus 4 this side. This is equal to this side, right side. This one will cancel off with that. So we have 2 times 7. Okay, simplifying those factors, we'll get this one. We have 3a multiplying that other bracket a minus 4. Then minus 1 multiplying a minus 4 again is equal to a 14. Okay, like that. Now we have that. Let's simplify and see what we get at the end of the day. Simplifying, I'll get 3a squared here minus 12a minus 1a and plus 4 there. I can even take this one this side and it becomes minus 14 and we will remain with a 0 on the right side there. Okay, let's do that. So I can now have 3a squared. These ones I can add and these ones I can also add. So I'll have minus 13a here, then minus 10 there is equal to a 0. So I want a number. I want numbers that when I add, I want numbers. When I add, I'll get minus 13a. When I multiply, I get, I'm multiplying 3 and minus 10, I get minus 30a squared. So I can think of 3 times 10. Okay, so these are going to be minus negatives. Yes, these are going to be negatives. So let's see. I can have them as 3 by 10. I can even take 15 and 2. Let me take 15 and 2. 15 and 2 will be the perfect. So we have minus 15a plus 2a. This one is perfect. Yes, let's take this one. So I can rewrite and have 3a squared minus 15a plus 2a minus 10 is equal to a 0. Okay, I can factorize these parts. First one, I can have 3a and remain with a minus 5. The second one, I can factor out plus 2 and remain with a minus 5 is equal to a 0, like that. Yes, that's fine. Then I have factors 3a plus 2 and a minus 5, okay, is equal to a 0, like that. Now I can say either 3a plus 2 is equals to 0 or a minus 5 is equal to a 0. Okay, so I can simplify. 3a is equals to minus 2, so I can divide by 3 by 3. Then or a is equals to 5, like that. Okay, so this becomes, at the end of the day, I'll get my a is minus 2 over 3 or a 5. So this was one method. Basically, what I can say, when you are using the quadratic formula, that formula x is equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. When you are using this formula here, this is the quadratic formula. We could use it for this question. But what happens is this: when you can easily identify the factors that you can factorize this quadratic equation, it's always easier to do the shorter method. This one, normally we use it when we don't know the factors that we are dealing with. Basically, that's when we use this one mostly. So guys, thank you for watching the video. Please remember to subscribe on our YouTube channel, MobileMaths, and share with your colleagues. Bye bye.